I'm so pleased to introduce a man who is not only creating a new company, but I would say creating a new movement. Give it up for our dear friend Andrea, who will tell you all about it. Welcome. Thank you. Round of applause.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. And I'm really happy to be here and have the opportunity to listen to over 1.5 days of very interesting topics, from AI, digital transformation, to gender equality. And just before I was listening to Mr. Alabar, who was explaining what is really behind his incredible success and his MR company. When he does construction for major cities around the world, he's focusing primarily on the real value of the people who will actually experience what he's creating. And this is where I come. I want to speak about sustainability, but sustainable well-being. An incredible Roman poet called Virgil, that probably many of you know, about 2,000 years ago, wrote a statement that the greatest wealth is health. And nowadays, when we listen to Zeynep and everyone else who's speaking about longevity, we really understand the contemporary of this quote. But I also would like to state that one of the greatest discovery for human being is actually considering that we can change our future by changing our attitude. So we need a trigger moment in life, a wake-up call. And this is what happened to me, actually, when COVID came. In 2020, I was 47 years old. I would say, a successful banker. I was working for one of the major banks in the world. I lived all over the world, from New York, Tokyo, London, Geneva, Saudi Arabia, Milano. For over 23 years, I was a banker in one probably of the most stressful sector in the world, apart from being a restaurant owner. And at that time, I felt balanced, happy, invincible, healthy, mentally, physically. In a flash, I lost it. My life completely changed, and for almost 1.5 years, I went through a horrible pain like many people. I almost died for COVID. And what affected me the most was that it changed, in the post-COVID part, completely my personality. Physically, I was a wreck. I was not myself anymore. I couldn't be in front of people. I couldn't be touched. And I'm Italian. I tell you, we are very touchy people. I was scared. I was totally, and I was also crying a lot, very sensitive. And this was my wake-up moment. And myself, I really need to take this opportunity to change my life completely. And I would ask you to think if you had already a wake-up call and you're never too late to change your life. And what happened was that I decided that I didn't want to lose it all. I wanted to actually consider what I was really passionate about. I was an eager reader. I love life. I love people. I love helping others. And then, about 13 months ago, with a dear friend and co-founder of the Longevity Camp, Claudio Sattin, we decided to start this journey. And the Longevity Camp is not just a business, it's actually a mission. We want to help people regaining in their lives their balance, because I think everything is about balance. And this is what I lost personally. I was totally lost. So what we want to do is helping in analyzing yourselves And the way we do it, we try to focus on the 5 pillars of health. This is not a trend. This is actually science-backed statements. So we created this ecosystem. This is what Longevity Camp is. We start with retreats for private individuals around the world in beautiful natural settings, because the key is to just take some time off major cities and the stress of the corporate world and everything, and then move to a natural settings where we can really focus on these 5 pillars. Pillars like learning how to breathe. We think of breathing as a normal thing, but in reality, when I ask the questions, do you know how to breathe? People are quite shocked. They said, but we don't know how to breathe because we don't do it properly. Because if we wouldn't know how to breathe, we wouldn't have problem of stress when, for instance, we're giving a speech in front of a crowd. Or we wouldn't be having issues with our nutrition because breathing is helping you that. Or one of my major issues, I stop sleeping. And regenerative sleep is actually one of the pillars. So, and it's linked to breathing. Then, of course, the mindset, the opportunity to visualize yourself in a certain to change your life. Physical optimization. So all these pillars got together and they gave us the idea to create this new movement of the Longevity Camp. And then I said, if I want to bring people with us in these amazing settings, I need leading experts. But we didn't want to create a conference panels. These are super interesting opportunities for meeting people. But if you really want to make some changes in yourself, you need to be able to touch the expert, to spend time with them. So we bring this incredible expert from all over the world, because we have designed this retreat that goes from 1 day, 2 days for corporate leaders, up to 5.5 days. And so we're going to bring one of the master in breathing, which is an ex-world champion in deep diving. We have head of nutrition for more than 5 years in one of the best football clubs in the world. We have the wellness performance for 13 years for the Chelsea Football Club. We have a Ayurvedic doctor. We have yoga teachers. We have an He's one of our partners with the NU that is going to help in understanding the longevity fundamentals, but also giving us the opportunity to have a tool for our action plan. We have 2 gold medals from Paris that will work together with a neuroscientist who will help us out in understanding why the brain works in a certain way. And then we have a specific case. We have an adventurer who just finished a 1,000 miles adventure on a bicycle at minus 50 Celsius in Alaska. So all these type of people, they will be able to be with us, to be able to stay with our guests, and to help us in triggering this important topic. Then I said, okay, this is quite elitarian, because not many people will be able to afford, like, normal people like me, for instance, are able to afford a 5 days retreat in an amazing, of course, all-inclusive 5-star hotels. So we're going to have that kind of, segment with the corporate world as well. We also want, during these retreats, and I call the camps, because when I was 14 and 15 years old, my family sent me to the US to do sports camp in Maine and Vermont. And it was always an amazing setting. So it recalled me that previous experience. And also, we are trying to help families to reunite with themselves. Because when I was in high school or university, no one ever taught me how to breathe. Never ever gave me any teachings on nutrition. I was lucky. I was Italian. I was born from an amazing mother, and she taught me how to eat well and actually to cook. But at the same time, I never learned all these things. And the first time I learned how to change my mind was in my 20s. So if I can help also families to stimulate their kids during these retreats on the importance of sometimes detoxing from dopamine of social media, which is an incredible technology, an incredible tool if you use it properly, but if you don't, I learned it from my neuroscientist, new generation, because of the swapping movement, they will lose a part of the brain behind us in our head, and they will not be able to do the very fine movements. So all these are very inclusive, very engaging, very immersive. But then, as I said, I want to bring this to a lot of people. So what I imagine is to create a proper digital ecosystems. So we're going to offer masterclasses. So when you're finishing, if you're one of the guests, the retreats, then we give you an action plan. We are giving you the tools to access the masterclasses of these incredible experts. We're going to give you the opportunity to interact with them on live sessions if you need. Like, thanks to Zoom and during COVID, so many people couldn't do yoga classes, couldn't do a psychology session with their therapist. So we're going to bring these all together, and we're going to offer it to those people. As well as, I feel that nowadays, through social media, to the algorithm, through AI, we have so much inputs into our mind of all different tools, because everything is generated for one reason. What do we like? So what we want to create, and we're launching a marketplace where we're going to help our community to actually identify exactly what they want as a product and as services through science-backed experts that will not choose these products and services because we just think about the business and revenues, but we want them to think that we can actually offer them an opportunity to select the right things for them. So for instance, one of my biggest problem was, and still almost is, sleeping. So I use Oura Ring, I use Whoop. So all these, as Ene was talking about, and as my previous experts were talking about, all these are going to be part of our lives. So we want with this to be able to offer what we just said. And my last call of action is that don't wait a health crisis, personal health crisis, for you to change your life. This is so important. Start thinking of taking action now. Find your own trigger, find your own wake-up call, and then start moving forward. So I hope you enjoy what we just said. We are there if you have any interest in this journey, and go and start getting back your balance. Thank you.